Welcome back. Africa's energy story is changing fast, from new oil discoveries to the growing push for clean and sustainable power. At ADIPEC 2025, from the 3rd to the 6th of November in Abu Dhabi, global and African leaders are coming together to talk about how countries can balance development, investment, and the energy transition. Joining us now is Uganda's Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Ruth Nankabirwa Ssentamu. Minister Ssentamu, good afternoon, evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
My pleasure being here, and I'm excited to share with you Uganda's experience.
Well, to kickstart our conversation, we know that Uganda is developing its oil sector, but also investing in clean energy. So talk to us about how, you're making sure both can grow together without harming the environment, to start with.
Thank you very much. First of all, Uganda's energy mix has been comprised of renewables, but the country still continues to be in darkness in some parts, because we've not exploited the renewable energy sources, and even the power that you have generated, which is clean, has not been distributed because of lack of funds to be able to establish the critical infrastructure. So with the presence of petroleum resources, we thought that we will use this to help get the money that we need to invest in renewable energy generation, transmission, and distribution. So we decided to integrate. We also expect gas from the petroleum resources, because we again have to tackle the problem of clean cooking. In Africa and in Uganda, we have been seeing people using whatever sources of energy which is not clean for cooking. So since our petroleum resources have got associated gases that are coming up with, the most critical thing to do was for us to develop both. And we are moving on together. We are establishing a refinery, and we shall see first oil very soon next year, probably by mid-2026. And we are excited. So it is important that you integrate petroleum resources, renewable energy, plus the mineral sector that can facilitate the stability and reliability of the power that you have generated.
Madam Ssentamu, how are you making sure that Uganda's oil and gas projects, create real benefits for local people, such as jobs, training, and business opportunities?
First of all, by law, we are supposed to cater for local content. And that means that we have to specifically apportion jobs for only Ugandans. And that one, we have done it, and our developers, the Total Energies and CNOC, are aware of that. We have a very strong regulatory authority, Petroleum Authority of Uganda, which regulates the sector to make sure that Ugandans benefit. We have also created a local content fund where we shall put money to make sure that the local companies get access to affordable money in order for them to enhance their businesses and understanding. So this, we have done it. We have seen Ugandans being trained by both CNOC and Total Energies to international standards in welding and other fields. We have many Ugandans that have gotten jobs and that have gotten the opportunity of being trained. We have invested, and we have a production sharing agreement where Uganda expects to benefit even where we have not invested, because the resources belong to Uganda. So Uganda National Oil Company represents government and holds government's participating interest with their shareholders, with the developers, in both the refinery, in the crude oil pipeline, and even in upstream. So we negotiated very well, because we came in the industry after many countries have done so. So we've been able to benchmark, and we have also been able to learn from the challenges that the other countries that went in the first phase. So we are able to actually present the best practice because it is based on benchmarking, and we have picked only the positive ones to make sure that we take care of the environmental safeguards, and we have put laws in place to make sure that, for example, when you are developing in upstream, you are not supposed to flare the gas, and you are not supposed to vent the gas. So being in that situation where the global narrative was almost anti-fossil fuel, we could not joke around, but to make sure that we align ourselves to the needs of the entire world.
Well, Minister, this year's ADIPEC 2025 talks a lot about digital tools and artificial intelligence in energy. So how is Uganda using new technology to make the energy sector more efficient and, of course, transparent?
I must congratulate UAE for their really participation and contribution towards artificial intelligence, because I believe that it's artificial intelligence that is going to bring efficiency. And because these resources are not there forever, they can expire anytime. We need to maximize benefits. We need to reduce wastages, and artificial intelligence comes in handy. Uganda is trying to align herself to that, especially on the mineral sector, where we need to involve artificial intelligence in exploration. In electricity sector, we are also trying to use artificial intelligence on smart grids, for grid stability. And from the oil sector, we have not yet introduced artificial intelligence, but it's a requirement because you need to control health and safety issues to protect the people. We will be benchmarking with ADIPEC, ADINOC, and we need training. We need human resource training, but we believe that artificial intelligence will help us achieve what we want to achieve by making sure that we are efficient in whatever we are doing.
Thank you. Well, just finally, what do you hope to achieve or take home from ADIPEC 2025 for Uganda and for Africa's wider energy transition?
Thank you very much. I'm excited to hear that we are harmonizing ourselves as stakeholders. I had a statement in the beginning during the opening of ADIPEC 2025 that instead of talking about energy transition, we have to talk about energy addition, meaning that we have to integrate, we have to diversify, we have to follow realism. The need for fossil fuel is still existing, and we must not ignore that. So we are now aligning ourselves to both requirements for us to have fossil fuel for obvious reasons, but also to take care of the social and environmental safeguards. So with this, I think we will be able to learn from one another, see how we can integrate, see how we can diversify and share technology that can make us produce the desired resource, but also take care of the environment. So I was excited. We are now harmonized.
Minister Ssentamu, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
You are welcome.
That was Uganda's Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Madam Ruth Nankabirwa Ssentamu, speaking to us there from Abu Dhabi. We'll be right back after this brief break.